Hey, we're officially live. Everyone can see us and hear us now. Everybody say hi. Check the mics. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, chat.
Oh,
Chat, now it's your job.
We're going to harmonize one day.
I know, we'll work on that. But chat, now it's your job to let us know that you can hear everybody. Nobody's frozen. Let us know along the way if that happens. If we're appeasing the mute gods or the freeze gods, I guess we can call them. And we'll get that fixed right away. Sometimes glitches happen. This is our weekly gameplay, our Cyberpunk Red, every Thursday right here for Syrinscape. Same place, same time. Man, we're on Season 7 now. This is a brand new campaign. A great time to jump in and start with us. We also have a guest player joining us for this campaign, ELH. But before I get into a little recap and we get into the gameplay and all that good stuff, let's do like we always do. Let's go around the table and everyone introduce yourself. Let people know where they can find you online, what you have going on, and introduce your character. Ellen, start it off.
Oh my gosh, I was not expecting this. Thank you for picking me first. I am Ellen, or if you follow me on Twitter, I am Ellen K. Graham1, which you really should be following me on Twitter because, as I said, my mum will not be proud of me until I hit 800 followers. Please, our relationship is suffering. We haven't spoken in months. Come on, guys, just get on Twitter, just do the little follow. But I am also a performer and creative for the wonderful Australian TTRPG variety podcast, Roll to Cast. That's ROLE to cast. Each season is a different game system. We have done... someone play the music. Cyberpunk 2020. We've done Vampire the Masquerade. We've done Cyberpunk Red. We've done Pulp Cthulhu. We've done Kids on Bikes. We've done The Witcher. And we're currently doing Avatar Legends, the new game. And if there's not a game system that you like, there will be, because each season is going to be a different one. We want to play them all. It's like Pokemon. So please subscribe to Roll to Cast wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you want to help out our podcast, then please go to Patreon /Roll2Cast and help us out. We've got a few really exciting stretch goals, one that we've hit and we're about to stream very soon, and an album made by my rocker from our Season 1 Cyberpunk 2020 campaign, which will be very exciting if we hit that goal. So yeah, you can subscribe to us, give us some money on Patreon, and follow me on Twitter, please. And I'm playing Ali Katz, the rocker of your dreams.
Oh, yeah. Rockette.
Hello, everyone. I am pleased to say that I am always second to introduce myself. and I think that, there should be some acknowledgement to that. Second is not any less valuable or more. Not at all.
I think we found if Ellen's not first, things fall apart. So that's the reason she's first, and the only reason you're second is I got to break up the beards a little. Just got to break up the beards.
Hey, I don't need to hear about anybody's personal life right now. Okay.
I'm just a structural intro.
Yeah.
You guys are the more interesting ones.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not ready to kick all this off. You're doing the Lord's work. That being said, I am Rockette Fox. Hello, everyone. You can find me in all the places where Rockette Foxes can be found. Most likely over on Instagram, my channel, and also my own podcast that is called Fantastically Strange. That is both fantastic and strange, and designated for both of your ear holes. So give that a peek. And as far as tonight goes, I am playing Hades, who just decided tonight to don some horns in the meat space. I thought it'd be fun.
Oh, yeah, I like them. Phil.
Hello, I'm Phil. I'm at Scruff on the socials. That's SKKRUF. F sometimes. Just look for that. You'll find me. I'm also part of Roll to Cast, that aforementioned TTRPG podcast. So I can also second that you should go and listen to that on whatever platform that you enjoy podcasts on. I also stream on Twitch at Scruff, same as I am in chat. Haven't been on for a little bit this week because my son is waking up 3 times a night. So I'm on a little hiatus until he settles down a little bit. But do follow me and you'll see when I go live. I play lots of RPGs at the moment, working my way through Mass Effect. So that's lots of fun going back to the Ridge Tridge. So tonight I'm playing Bud, the solo who's already waiting in the backseat of your car when you slip in.
Ooh, nice.
Mm.
And our
You know when you get in the front seat and then someone just emerges. That's me.
Quick question. How does that work if we're on a bike?
Then he's in the basket at the front.
That's right.
In the
Clever.
basket. I like it. That works.
Cargo beer at the back. I just unfold out of that.
Unfold. I like it.
Just like that a little bit
with
more.
a contortionist of 10, he just unfolds out of the little mini. It's incredible. Hey, and now let's introduce our guest player who has joined us for this campaign. Thanks so much. Jumped in at the last session at the end of the previous campaign, and then here for this one, ELH.
Yeah, so I'm ELH, ELH MK1 or Mark 1 on all the socials. I'm currently on sabbatical from game mastering, but I have a plethora of games you can check out on YouTube. You've got Cyberpunk, you've got Star Trek Adventures, you've got Avatar Legends. There's even a few weird systems like 40K RPGs and the like. Trying to think what else I should say here. Oh, I didn't say this last week because I didn't want to show anyone up. But for those of you with your core rulebook handy, look at the first name in the playtest credits. Wink. Today, I will be playing Drake, the full Borg media / lawman who is about to throw these guys through the ringer in a good way, hopefully.
I like it. I think it'll be in a good way. We'll see.
You didn't say anything about laundry.
And also maybe before we go through the ring, everybody just make sure you have those backup characters sheets filled out just in case. In case Bud wants to accidentally fall off of a balcony or something really simple, or maybe somebody actually gets into combat and dies that way. We'll see. But hey, I'm Rob Mulligan. I am the game master here, but I'm also the founder of Cyber Nation Uncensored. Check out Cyber Nation Uncensored everywhere on social media. I would appreciate the follow and the subscribe on Twitch and on YouTube. We put out lots of gameplay. We have lots of new gameplay starting up in May. I have a new weekly Cyberpunk Red on Saturdays. Every other Wednesday, another Cyberpunk Red team. The Team Veritas is stepping up from monthly to every other Wednesday. I've got my Fallout team coming back in a few weeks, as well as a new monthly one-shot I'm going to be dropping for the Patreon supporters there. And then we showcase a bunch of other game masters like Capricious Nature. I know Raven's going to be starting up in a couple months with her High Riders Cyberpunk Red campaign. And then we've got others as well, some upcoming Fallout. I've got my monthly Dune campaign starting up soon with Rockette and Eleanor joining me for that. It's a full femme team of Bene Gesserits, so that's going to be a lot of fun, very interesting. Check out our Session 0 on the Cyber Nation Uncensored YouTube channel. So yeah, check out Cyber Nation Uncensored anywhere. A very active Discord, Patreon, Twitter, Facebook group, all that good stuff. I would really appreciate the support. But hey, the reason we're here is because of Syrinscape, so make sure you take a moment to at least follow and subscribe to Syrinscape here on Twitch, also on YouTube, and show them some love. Their app is amazing. You can add sounds and just atmosphere, background, all kinds of stuff to your gameplay, whether in person around the table or across the internet like we do virtually every week right here. It's also free to sign up, so that's the other thing to keep in mind. If you're a game master or a player, just go check it out. Sign up. try out all the sound sets. You'll see that it's awesome. And yeah, bring it to your table. Show your game master. If you're a game master, show your players. Like I said, it's free to sign up, so check that out. Yeah, that's it for intros. Let's get into the gameplay. I'm going to do a little mini recap here, but not much because this is the beginning of a new campaign. What I want to tell everybody is check out all the previous campaigns on the Syrinscape YouTube channel and see all the cool things the team has been through, all the previous NPCs they've met, the plot twists, just they've been through so much. Like I said, we're on season 7 right now. And then there's also been like little side arc fun times like at the 24-hour cafe where the team gets together just for a full-on role play session. So check all that out because this team is ongoing, and you know, as they affect the world and lore is created as we go, it you know, affects the future. There's rewards and repercussions that roll over and continue on. So it's probably important to check out all the previous sessions and get all those juicy details, you know. But it's not necessary. Like I said, we always do a little mini recap here before we get started. This is a brand new campaign, so not much of a recap. All I'm going to say is Drake joined in, picking up the team at the end of the previous campaign through the direction of the mysterious AI, which also is the mysterious AI that helped Hades in the previous campaign get some revenge. The AI said, hey, go help this team get revenge, and then they'll help you you know, crack the case, get to the bottom of what your problem is. And then they told the team the same thing. This person's going to help you and then help them. So basically, Drake told the team, hey, I worked for MaxTac internal affairs. You know, I was a lawman, but multi-classed into media, taking on the internal affairs role at precinct number 2 here in Night City. But through MaxTac, you know, there was a few calls and cases that the team went out to that just didn't seem right, didn't really seem like the people should have been full-on cyber psychosis or something. Things just didn't add up. And you just started investigating a little bit, as internal affairs would, starting to ask some questions and look around, and you were told just, you know, there's more important things to focus on, don't worry about that. You dug around a little more, and you were fired. You were let go, and then it was shortly after that, the team that you came up with was looking into it as well, wondering why you were let go, and they ended up on a mysterious call where a building collapsed. They ended up dead. It just seemed kind of strange to you. So obviously things aren't adding up to you. Something funny is going on. And even since then, there's been a couple attempts at Drake's life, which she mentioned before. She thinks there's been a couple attempted hits in the past couple weeks since she was fired. So yeah, things aren't adding up. She's trying to gather up evidence to kind of break the case and expose what's going on or figure it out. And the team is here to help. Did I miss any other little breakdown things that I should mention as like a pre-thing? I think I covered everything. Does that sound good?
I think you got everything more or less.
I do believe it is worth noting that Drake does have a fire device in her arm, and I think it's important to remember this.
Yeah. Oh Jesus.
Competing for who can set me on fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say, someone keep an eye on Hades and on Bud. Let's make sure nothing bad happens. But yeah, so the team basically got through with the previous campaign, went to their hotels, cubicles, cargo containers, and things. Drake actually stays in the same lot of shipping containers that Bud stays in. But everybody got some sleep. They were able to rest. Not any downtime. So if anybody had injuries or ablation to their SP, that has to remain.
Yeah.
However, you will get your body stat back to HP each day that you're not exerting yourself. So as long as like we have maybe a day worth of session or whatever where like you didn't have to get into heavy combat or something, you can get that HP back. Otherwise, it's going to stay where it's at. So just keep that in mind. The team, oh, hey, Dash Nash Trigger. I probably butchered that name. Thanks for the +2. We're already rewarding the team. I really appreciate that. And yeah, chat. At any time, if you have ideas to contribute to the story, you want to reward +2s and other things using the bits, go for it. We're always checking on chat, and we love when chat gets involved with our story. It makes it just more fun to have everybody involved. But yeah, the team...
Yes, help us.
Yeah, help the team. And don't forget, there's -2s as well. You can always help the GM. Ooh.
Do that. The hell are you talking about, Rob?
The team got some sleep, and then they were going to meet up at the 24-hour cafe to get some breakfast and kind of talk shop, go over plans. So I'm going to get the Syrinscape sounds going. As you enter the 24-hour cafe, let me bring up that little overlay. Hey, it worked. Everybody's lined up. Nice. No one's frozen. And yeah, you enter the cafe. Your booth is set and open. You quickly go in to sit before you even get comfortable in the seat. Here comes Donna. Hey guys, it's me, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Hey, you, Donna.
Hey, we're super busy as always, but what can I get you? Ladies first. Oh, I see someone's new here. Hi, I'm Donna.
Nice to meet you, Donna. I'm told you make very good waffles.
Oh, the best in town, the best in the city. Let's do it. You want waffles?
I want your best waffles you can handle.
You got it. What about you, ladies?
I want the second best waffles, but I'm gonna need a lot of whipped cream and powdered sugar and sprinkles and chocolate chips.
Okay, and hey, as always, I'll sneak in a free muffin for you. I know how you get. And then, Bud, how you doing?
Craving something a bit more hefty this morning. Could I get like something fried?
Yeah, we got the country fried kibble. If you want some of that.
Sounds
Popcorn
perfect.
kibble.
Sounds horrible, actually. It sounds horrible, but it doesn't taste so bad. Yeah, I'll get it all fixed up, and I'll have your orders out real soon. Just call me if you need
Can I
anything.
just get a coffee?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, wait,
Thanks, Tony.
where's Rush? Where's Mr. Cowboy? Where's Charmer?
Yeah,
He's on a secret mission.
Oh.
Big time fixer like him. He's got solo enterprises he needs to run. But yeah, he's dealing with some pretty heavy hitters.
Oh, nice. That's good to
Hopefully-
hear.
Yeah, hopefully he puts extra eddies in his pocket and no bullets in his cavities.
Well, I hope so, too. All right, I'll get the orders right out. Just call me if you need anything.
Thanks, Donna.
Yeah, she goes off.
And I think the
So-
moment she's done... Oh,
yeah.
you go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna ask, Bud. So, have you guys put any labels on it, or are you just hanging out?
Just hanging out for now. There's no need to rush things.
Have you guys gotten together since the party where a lot of stuff happened and then people blew up the other thing and that one guy showed up and there was a lot of chocolate involved?
My event?
We've been pretty busy since then.
Yeah, not a lot of time for,
No one can ever be too busy for love, bud.
unless Donna picks up a gun and heads on a mission with us.
Definitely not a label we're putting on it. So
Yeah. No, I just wanted to know. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
And I think Drake actually chuckles to herself and goes, all right, I guess now I'm looking at you two, and I look at Donna, and I look at Bud. I'm like, all right, I see what's going on here. But no, Drake kind of leans in and puts both her borged hands on the table and goes, so I don't know how to start this, so apologies if it's a little bit awkward since... yeah. And she kind of stumbles over her words for a little bit and then goes, so I'm internal affairs, or was internal affairs, and you know that MaxTac is why I have all this extra cool gear. But what you don't know, or I think we kind of glossed over it in the moment, something is very, very wrong with Precinct 2. And what I mean by that is... Well, you heard that story on the news about a week back about that cyber psycho that kind of ended up with a whole block that ended up kind of in a bloody affair in the combat zone. Well, that wasn't the first kind of case. And what I mean by that is, and she hesitates, there's obvious kind of self-doubt there, but eventually she continues. They're not cyber psychos, at least not in the traditional sense. And initially it was just kind of a hunch. But the more I looked into things, the more I started to realize that these were targeted killings, or at least that was the vibe I was getting. And the deeper I dug, the more confusing it got, until the point that my boss pulled me in and told me to stop. And me being the naive idiot I was, I kept digging. And as you know, I'm now off the force. But I want to make it extra clear that that's what I want to look into, and what I need help with is I want to make sure that we don't have any further false cyber psycho incidents, if you follow me.
NCPD is corrupt. Here, color me surprised.
Not more
Yeah.
corrupt than usual.
Not to mention, Drake also maybe mentions, and I think someone's trying to take me out in the process, so it's important, to crack this.
Well,
that's kind of
goes
sucks too.
yeah, kind of goes without saying that you get kicked from the force, they're going to try to kill you. But yes, Hades, I see your hand is raised. What do you need?
Yes. So when you say that these individuals aren't cyber psychos in the traditional sense, does that mean they are in the non-traditional sense? They're a little bit like percentage-wise, maybe a little ratio, maybe a finger. What are we talking here?
Yeah,
And she actually takes off her glasses at that and goes, "You know what? Poor choice of words. Fair point. Fair point."
Are you saying that they're in like full control of their own, psyche or?
Yeah, and I think the thing to mention here is like that's kind of the problem is when Drake started looking into it and wanted to get the full case reports and started trying to get any info, she was denied and then now fired. But it's ironic that at this moment of asking questions about that, Drake's agent goes off. It goes ping, and it's a message.
My internal agent or my external agent?
Internal.
Because I've got two.
Yeah, internal. The AI always contacts you on the internal, we'll say. But your internal agent pings. Maybe others don't even notice, but it's from the AI, and it says, "Here's the case reports you were after." And you see, fring, 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 3 different case reports show up into your agent.
Okay. So mid-word there, I start to answer that question, and I'm like, oh, well, our mutual friend just sent me over, looks like 3 case files that probably would have killed for before this, probably still will. But,
tell them I said hi.
Okay. I send the AI back a message telling them thank you, and that Hades says hi. But yeah, what am I seeing in these case files? As I guess for everybody else, you see kind of Drake zone out for a little bit, or at least stare into the ether because she has that cyber eye enhancement where she kind of has a HUD over everything. So she's scanning through the case files just real quick to see what's there.
Yeah, and maybe before the rest can kind of take over role-playing conversation and you see Drake zone out, let me explain that, Drake. You open up the 3 case files, and it's the basics. You notice that in the detail sections of like, the toxology reports and medical examiner reports and just the details are all either redacted or blacked out in the case file. The only information that's still there is that it was signed off by medical examiner Peter Duncan, a.k.a. Cryo, which I think is one of your contacts as a media. You also knew him working at the precinct. Other than that, it has the basic information. In the 3 case reports, there's a Mr. Martin Baker, there's a Jessica Shelda, and there's a Randall Dietz. And I can call back on this. Nobody needs to memorize these sort of things. So you can write them down or just call on me and I can re-bring it back. But you do see that it has 3 different names. Says terminated for cyber psychosis at the different locations, and like one was shopping at a mall, another one was driving home from work, pulled over on the side of the street getting another one was out front of their house in their apartment complex while they were working on some stuff with their vehicle. Just random day-to-day stuff where it happened. But other than that, the details are redacted.
Okay, got it.
And the rest of the team, you see her kind of zoning out as she's checking that out. Mid-conversation.
Is this the partial psychosis?
No, probably just reading something, right?
Are you
there?
Oh, sorry. No, I keep
You're like
forgetting
mid-sentence.
I feel like I need to tell people I can do that. Look at files without a deck or anything. Okay.
Oh, you got the HUD and everything. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want one.
Well, you say that now, but do you really want people coming after your skull? Because the only way to get it out is to actually cut off your head, which is a very unpleasant process. But I think I can better
all the time.
Wow,
Also, your attention span is already pretty bad, Hades.
What?
It's very true.
I mean, imagine having distractions over your eyes constantly. That's like twice more than you normally do.
I would imagine if this was
Yeah.
it would go into
She's already
vision,
looking.
and you see like all these cartoons just like
It's
interacting with
pyrovision.
the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's imagining you getting run over while trying to cross. with your Chiron displayer.
Games constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want one of those.
So one part of the equation we're missing out here, Drake, is where we come in. You've got these suspicions that MaxTac is a bunch of guns for hire. How do you need us to help you prove it?
Well, for starters, we probably need to talk to the the coroner. He's a Mr. Duncan. He also goes by the name Cryo in the nightlife. I'm hoping we can interrogate or get some dirt from him, which will open up more venues. And at this point, I think she kind of makes a motion that we see in sci-fi shows all the time, where she's like sweeping things to, people's agents, and she'll send the reports to whoever wants them. But she'll point out and says, I particularly don't feel good about this Jessica Shelda, I think it is. She was, by all accounts, just pulled over for nothing important, and it ended up being this whole torrid affair. So these are just the three I know about. I don't know how long this has been going on, but to answer your question, if it goes this deep, then exposing this is going to put a lot of heat on my back. So I guess what I'm telling you guys is I need your help keeping myself alive. Hades, you have a question.
So in terms of keeping you alive, since you're mostly a Borg, can we, if say somebody did cut your head off, but we got to your head before somebody took it away, would you still be alive if we take your head away, or do you need your body too? But what if we can't get to it? What if it's too complicated?
I mean,
You got a trauma team card?
well, I used to before I got fired, but you know what? I've never really asked that question, but from what I remember on the pamphlets they had me read way back before the surgery, apparently my head has some sort of self-preservation mode, which will let it stick around for like 6 hours. So I guess, yeah, if you need to keep my head around for anything, make sure you do it within that 6-hour window.
Yeah.
Okay. If you get beheaded,
long
I'll
time.
pop you in my duffel bag. Great. Good to know.
Yeah, and right down the little server, bot kind of comes down the aisle, dodging people, and then the mechanical arms quickly drop everybody's drinks and foods on the table, comes back in and keeps going down.
Just kibble with it. Crap ton of seasoning. Okay.
I mean, it's the seasoning you pay for, right?
That's right.
Seasoning is hard to come by.
I mean, all of these tombs look like they were just going about their normal day. This chick gets pulled over. This other one's shopping at the mall, which should be a crime but isn't. And then the other one's just working on their car. Not exactly typical cyber psycho behavior.
No, and I should add, that's what they were doing when all of a sudden they started exhibiting cyberpsychosis symptoms. They were in the middle of that. They were shopping, then all of a sudden they just started attacking people, destroying stuff, knocking over booths, and like just going kind of crazy to where MaxTac had to be called and they had to be put out. But what didn't add up to Drake was they just didn't seem like the typical cyberpsychosis type. They weren't loaded up with a bunch of cyberware or anything. They were just corpos,
And I guess I don't know how much Bud knows about this, but generally the at least from vids and whatever, the progress of cyberpsychosis isn't like that. It's not like you just like la da 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 crazy.
Yeah, it would be like anyone with
builds
any
up.
kind of. I was gonna say it'd be like with anyone with any kind of addiction. There are long-term effects of using and having so much cyberware without kind of, mediation or other kind of things to balance it out. So yeah, it's not something that you generally just kind of snap. But we gotta rule all of this out, right? The coroner, is that just like a city kind of position, or is it for the NYCB? Oh my god, I can never remember the
NC.
acronym.
NCPD. Yeah,
I hate acronyms so much.
Each precinct typically will have their own MaxTac. Some even have a couple different
The
MaxTac
force.
forces. Yeah, but each precinct has their own medical examiner and coroner, and sometimes they'll have an assistant. It depends on how big the precinct is. But Drake knows that Mr. Duncan, Peter Duncan, aka Cryo, known after hours maybe. He was the only medical examiner coroner in precinct number 2. And it's also one of Drake's contacts as a media too. Anytime he ever needed like medical advice on different reports and things like that. He's a very methodical person, very slow and thoughtful in his process.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your guess? This coroner's being paid off or intimidated to fake these reports?
I mean, he's a very by-the-book individual from what I know of him. So my guess is he's towing the line of, oh, I'm just following orders. Honestly, I didn't know him, really well, but I suppose him being paid off is always a possibility. I mean, it is Night City. Who's not being paid off, I guess, is the better question.
Yeah.
Also, as she takes a fork and puts a bit of waffle in her mouth, you're right. This waffle's pretty good. Not gonna lie, the last time I had a waffle this good was when I was with a German old flame, and long story short, I could talk your ear off about pancakes and waffles if you let me.
Somehow Donna heard that all the way from the back over the crowded thing and just pokes out and like, I told you, best in the city. And she pokes back in.
Hey, you're right, Donna. Thank you.
I'm Donna.
Hey guys, it's me, Donna, best in the city.
Does she have cyberware for that, or is she just that good?
You don't know.
I think she's that good.
I'll never tell.
Maybe she
She's
has
clean skin as far as I know.
In her arm.
It's just an internal alert for people talking about waffles.
Mm.
As far as I know, Donna's not chipped at all.
Wow, rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Oh, Hades, question.
I have one last question. I see that you're eating the waffle. Where's it going?
I mean, I still eat. It just gets processed differently.
Yeah.
I mean, I can forward you a file if you really want to know about how the full board processes the organic matter that I consume and turns it into energy. You know what? I'll just forward you the report, and I do another sweeping motion with my hand.
I'm happy that it just doesn't spill on the floor.
A little
Cookie
reading.
Cookie Monster style.
Or like, skeletons in cartoons, and it just pulls out.
It just goes through the ribcage, yeah. It's an oldie but a goodie. Okay,
well,
so we start with this Duncan and see if we can pay him off or threaten him or lean on him, and hopefully, we can do it discreetly so that no one knows we're throwing our weight around.
That's the idea, yeah. But if Cryo fails, and looking at the reports, I think it's this Mr. Dietz, the one that was shopping at the mall, and looks directly at Hades. I don't know if you can pull anything from the mall's net, but maybe we might be able to find some footage that wasn't in the report.
Good
If
plan.
it's buried and still there, which, whenever you delete something, it's not really gone. But I could probably find it.
Cool.
Yeah, and Hades, you can give me a library search, just some basic database searching.
That would be a 13. A 13.
Nice, yeah, good enough to be able to find some basic footage. People, took on their agents and stuff. Some have been cleaned and swept off the net from any official files, but obviously you find some in the underground little, kids and stuff that were shopping at the mall, and they're just like, holy, look at this, what the, and like you see the woman basically like shopping, and then all of a sudden she just like looks and like throws down the clothes, knocks over a rack. A woman comes over, are you okay? And then she just like shoves that lady down, and security comes over, starts fighting with them, and it definitely looks like it comes out of nowhere. Like it's not a, doesn't seem like somebody triggered somebody in a bad mood or a building process towards it. It looks like all of a sudden,
This is definitely a mood I've been in before.
And Hades gonna slide it over to everybody's agents.
Yeah. You're a bit of a special case, Hades, if you don't mind me saying.
I've never knocked over a clothes rack. Those pyramids of things, though? Like cans of kibble, the liquidy kind.
Yeah, who hasn't wanted to do that? But I think this is a bit more serious. Look, it's like someone flipped a switch in their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
more I
I
look
know
at this,
Sorry, you go.
and you see
Sorry, you go.
she spaces out again for just a little bit, giving you a chance to cut back in.
I mean, we can also rule out, I don't know, some other form of psychosis. I mean, it's a pattern that it's happened to more than just one person, but sometimes people can just be triggered by something or snap and react in a,
What if it's
really
like
big
a
way.
possession? Maybe
That's
they have
actually
like some head stuff and somebody's hacking it.
That's actually what I was going to ask Rob here. So, Rob, me spacing out is looking specifically at the coroner reports if there's anything remaining on this. Did they have any drugs in their system? Did they have any past, psychological history, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, give me a deduction.
Okay. Also, totally my power stat here.
Nice.
That was a
Alright.
good suggestion,
my
but
God.
for a second I thought you were saying that it was like ghosts.
You never know.
I'm
Oh,
not
nice,
saying
23,
it's not
huh?
ghosts.
yeah, 23.
Nice. Yeah. So, yeah, you there's nothing in it specifically, like any toxins involved or foreign things or anything like that. But you can absolutely deduce that, like, with what's redacted from this, what's blacked out, are the sections that explain kind of like what possibly the medical examiner would conclude from examining the bodies of what it might be, what they might have found. Like that is the section that's taken out and blackened out. The only thing that's there is the fact it's the medical examiner's report, and that they were the different victims' names and who they were with and where they were at the time, which is like their family members that I mentioned before, or the locations rather.
So again, coming back to herself, all that information, and then Drake adds, I know this is probably me being idealistic here, but I kind of want to believe that maybe they were all corpos or some form of corpo, and I'm kind of hoping it's just some sort of, corrupt bigwig or big suit that's like, hey, we don't want to pay this person anymore, and they just quote unquote flip the switch. Because I really do not want to think that somebody's deliberately messing with people's wear. That would not be a good thing in the long run.
I mean, from my experience, when I was younger in corpo world, usually they don't go to quite that much trouble. They'll just show up at your house and shoot you in the face.
Does seem rather elaborate.
I mean, we don't know that it's stopping. There could be some whole other plan to unfold here, or pattern, or of course the blame to be pinned on someone else or something.
Well, I think definitely getting this Karn to fill in some of these less than proverbial blanks would be a good start.
Yeah.
Speaking of, should we make a trip to somewhere a lot more cold and dead?
I think the morgue is kept at a standard 70 degrees. I don't think it's all that cold. Oh, I see. It was a joke. Ah, yes.
Yeah, I do them occasionally.
Me too, but they never get it either. So.
All right. Well, everyone finished with their respective waffles or
I don't know. I have a very specific
crunchy
question for
kibble.
Hades. Hades, have you finished your chocolate chip waffle sprinkle thing?
They can see that Hades is absconding with some into her jacket.
Because I was going to say, if you left like even a crumb on your plate, I was just going to snag it real quick and be like, thanks, Hades.
It's all in the jacket.
There's a special
Next time.
touch in there.
Next time. All right, well, let's go check out that morgue. Let's see what we can get out of Cryo.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you The only issue is, going to the morgue and the medical examiner at Precinct 2 is where you were fired from. So, like, you were let go from there. It obviously wasn't a pretty situation. And then you think that there's been some hits. So, going there, you might not have access to go, but you can try that. Now, you don't have to roll a deduction to know that, but, like, you're not employed there. But
Does Cryo have a private practice as Cryo? Like,
that was gonna be my next question. Is if he's off hours that we can tap into, we can either approach him at his clinic, or what I'm thinking is we just go late enough in the day that some lower level lieutenant is at the door, kind of checking people, and I just say, hey, I'm here to see so and so in the morgue, and maybe they don't know me, but it is either way, we're going to be running into a little bit of trouble getting access.
And all of those are feasible options, absolutely. So you guys can discuss that and let me know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd rather see them in their non-work persona. That's less worrisome, I think.
Well, they might have to, I don't know, hold their mouths or something if they're being listened to.
Fair point.
So we go in later?
Later.
When is the morgue less active?
Well,
I mean,
I
it can be
kind
like
of look at the
24 hours.
sky. Yeah, I was gonna say I look at the
Yeah.
sky. It's still red, so all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
can
gotta
you
be
shoot?
out of there at some point. You can't live in the. Does he live there?
I mean, I suppose the gurneys would make for a makeshift. You know what? I really don't want to think about it that way.
Can you drop them a line? Tell them that we want to set up a meet.
Yeah, I can do that. And she spaces out while walking with you guys to make that call.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and let me cut over to some city sounds and get you guys out into the city.
Just a whole bunch of people yelling.
Some sirens, some screams.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
There you go, some nice city
It's my-
sounds, and
It's my footpath.
get over to.
Get out of the way!
I'll bring up the map here on Roll20 just so we can have a little bit of Night City. There we go.
Alley, so there's people with rollerblades being obnoxious.
Yeah, and as you
Okay,
make the walk, Drake, you scroll through. You have your contact, and you set the call in to Cryo, aka Peter Duncan, and it's a handful of rings. Not like him. Usually he'll pick up on the first or second ring, but in this case, it took a while. Rang a bunch of times before going to the typical voicemail. He answers. Drake, why are you calling?
Need a off-the-record conversation, if you catch my drift. When's the best time and best place?
Oh, okay. Somehow this doesn't surprise me. If you could meet me out front of Eddie's Bodega in South Night City, and if you're free now, I can meet you there now.
Now's good.
Okay.
And one thing, make sure you aren't followed like last time.
Yeah, I'm taking precautions.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see you in 40-ish?
That sounds good. I'll see you in a bit.
All
Goodbye.
right. I hang up the call and then zone back in. So I'm pretty sure Cryo is going to be ambushing us, or at least that's the vibe I'm getting, because long story short, he's very punctual. He didn't pick up until the almost last ring. Very hesitant individual. My guess is we're going to show up and a bunch of vans are going to also show up, if you catch my drift. But
My duffel bag and be like, perfect.
But I guess on that note, as I pull out of my duffel bag that Hurricane shotgun and show it to everybody, I don't know how to use this. Like, I know I'm the only one that can physically use it, but I don't know how to use it.
Well, don't you just point it? That's what I do.
Well, I mean, I assume it works like any other shotgun, but I'm not understanding how to load it or anything like that. Because, the flamethrower in the arm, that's easy. I just pop in the shells. But This? I mean, it's got a whole drum on it. I don't know how that works.
Can you just do like a, search on your agent? There's got to be some sort of manual.
I'm sure Bud
Can
knows.
I do like a shoulder arms check to show Drake the basics of how it's loaded and
Yeah, you can.
operated?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't repair it. I don't have weapons tech, but I'm guessing shoulder arms shows me how to actually use the damn thing.
Yeah, I'm just.
I mean, my. Oh, sorry, you go.
No, I was just double checking that it was shoulder arms and it wasn't like.
Heavy or something.
Yeah, I was just double
Yeah.
checking that. I don't see it. It just says shotgun with rate of fire 2. So yeah, you can do that. Give me that. Obviously, it's too heavy to hold, but you can at least. You have the knowledge. Let's see. Where'd you get that?
20.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you're able
Nice.
to explain how to use this thing.
Okay, so this hollow end point at enemy.
Oh, well, I thought I was just supposed to look down it to make sure there wasn't any jams.
That's well, you do that first, obviously. Anyway,
I
the
see.
drum clips here. See, I can do jokes too. You see, they
Ah.
never get them. But anyway, drum
You
clips.
put down the gun barrel.
I mean, I would just
doing
search it up.
cartoons. You would what?
I would just look at my agent. There's got to be some how to.
Oh yeah, I've got the manual up.
Yeah.
that over
there's a vid. Someone like, hi, here's how I unpack my. Yeah.
Well, the
So
reason
what you
I
holding up the gun like, this is my Hurricane, as you can see, just unboxed.
And
my
we're
Absolutely.
going to be going over how to reload
arms
it.
unboxing. Yeah, that absolutely would be.
Click that bell.
Unboxing weapons ASMR, just like tapping the nails on them.
careful, you gotta market that idea. I think you're onto something there.
Oh no, yeah.
But no, the thing about these bad boys you might have worked out is they fire quick.
Yeah.
So once the drum's in and you're on target, you just hold down that trigger and brace yourself, I guess, if you even need to.
Man.
Like I say, drum on clips here. The stock folds out so you can brace it. A point angry end at enemy and don't stop until they stop.
Got it. Thank you. Now, out of character, the reason I did that is, one, I have no shoulder arm skill whatsoever. So I just wanted everybody to know that. Second reason is I remembered that the individual we took it from fired a few times, but I don't know how many shells were left in the drum. So that was kind of my roundabout way of handling that as well.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I think they set off, I want to say 6 rounds.
Okay, so I should have 8 remaining in there, I think. Okay.
That is a huge magazine for a
Oh, yeah.
shot.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shotgun. That thing is gnarly. Cool.
Well,
I
thank
guess you
God we
should
got
start
it.
spending points in shoulder arms. Otherwise,
Yeah,
get lucky.
that's- That's where my
is it
IP's
got-
going next.
Yeah. Has it got slugs or shells in it? Sorry. Rob.
I think it's shells. Let me just double check. I'm like 60% sure it's shells. I mean, I've got shells written down, so I'm gonna go with that.
So they work
Yeah, it
slightly
just says,
differently.
Yeah, it just says shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So all shotguns
yeah, I
are
know they can
capable
take
of
either
2,
or.
yeah.
But what did you didn't write down either on yours, or you said you did?
I have shell written down, but if I gotta
okay.
change it, just let me know.
No, that's fine. You can go with that. Yeah.
So shells are easier to hit without a skill because everyone
Yeah.
in a 3x3
It has a
square
spread,
in
yeah.
front of you gets hit if you meet DB13. That's all you have to do is hit a DB13, which you can off what's your reflex?
Oh, my reflex is amazing.
Yeah, there you go. So if you get close, you can probably hit tombs with it. Yeah. It just has no range past 3 squares. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for close range, but it has that spread, so that's good.
But I have a smart assault rifle, so don't worry. I got range sorted.
And I have a And I have a great personality, so, you know, the gang's all here.
And a horde of willing fans. Don't forget. And they will do anything for an exclusive BD.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
about that. Hold on, where was it? So Bob, I'll get your name right eventually. You remember Miss Nancy? Kind of is on the third row, second on the left. You remember her from back home? Maybe.
Wait, what?
Miss Nancy, you know, the older lady, the one that kind of, you know, our cargo container farm, you know.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, I keep to myself most evenings, but yeah, I see it around.
Well, the reason I say this is because I mentioned I was starting to work with a certain individual that may or may not be named Alley Cats, and her eyes lit up, and she was like, "Oh, well, my granddaughter would love an autograph." And I pull out this like old poster of Alley Cats, if you had one, of course. I'm like, I know this is kind of awkward, but would you mind?
This is very awkward, yeah. It's weird to be getting a request from someone's grandma for me. But hey, you know, I'm all for open families. There you go.
Haven't you?
Grandma gets down.
I mean, I imagine your stats. Like, if you look at your metrics, like you probably do have a few people in that age band, and they got to be somewhere.
Oh no, absolutely. Like, there would be people in that age band, but it's like, it's not like asking a pop star, "Oh my gosh, would you sign this for my daughter?" It's essentially asking a porn star.
Now.
My god, my granddaughter loves your videos. Oh, you know, when I was your age, I used to be able to get my legs right back there too. But you kids keep me
like I used to go to. The orgies were crazy.
I can't get my grandson out of the bathroom. He's in there for hours with your BBs.
He says he's blow drying his hair, but the power's been out for 3 weeks.
But I'm just glad he's not again, you know. So it's all right by me.
All right. Can you guys stop offending Rockette? She just left.
Oh no!
No,
she didn't like the
character
joke.
was too real. Can we please? Whoever that was, it old lady Nancy?
Old lady Nancy, yeah.
It got a little too real.
Put her on a list? Can we put her on a list or something of like reoccurring characters?
Sure, anytime you want.
Know
Nancy,
what old lady Nancy's
super
voice would
fan.
be.
The super fan who is also who's also super open-minded.
Yeah.
I bet her granddaughter is super embarrassed by her all the time.
Oh, that's the reason why Drake's doing it, is because she wants that secondhand embarrassment.
What are you watching? Oh, is that the new Alley Cats? Come on, shove over. Grandma, no.
Don't want to share Christmas with you.
I'm so sorry, Rob. I'm so sorry for everything that we just did.
Anyway, so
everything I hoped it would be.
Where's the meat?
It's South Night City. I got the address here somewhere.
Oh, that kind
Oh,
of.
bodega. Okay, cool. At least it's somewhere public. If we're gonna get ambushed by MaxTac on a public street, doesn't seem like the wisest place to do it.
Yeah, unless they try and make it look like we're the psychos.
I mean,
Sometimes we are.
Well,
yeah, I wasn't
but
gonna say it, but
You know.
I can remember a certain Netrunner that caused everyone to lose a couple humanity points from her crazy actions on more than one occasion. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean, we also sunk a whole city and probably killed a lot of people. I mean, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. We didn't set off the bombs.
Right.
Semantics.
Okay.
Semantics.
Crack a few eggs, you know.
Yeah. I like to get places. Early. Less a punctuality thing and more of a scoping out the terrain thing. So if we could hoof it down to this bodega.
I mean, you grab Alley Cats, I'll grab a Hades over my shoulder, and we'll just run there.
Well, from Upper Marina to South Night City, you're going to have to grab a combat cab or a cab of some type. Typically combat cab to take you into the combat zone. But you make your way to South Night City, and yeah, it only takes about 40-45 minutes, about the time you're supposed to meet him to get across the city. Normally it would take a little bit longer, though, with traffic, but you do make it over there. But it is the other side, so there's no chance to get there too early. But everybody give me a perception as you're approaching the bodega.
I've got full threat detection.
Sure, yeah, set everything the way that you want it.
Full threat detection.
Really, Rockette? Really, Rockette? Et tu, Brutus? You're like Rob ruining Hades' fun of being carried down the street. You can still be carried down the street. I'll work it out. Somebody carry Hades out of the cab, please.
That's right.
Hades
Rob
will be
reads the
expecting this.
comments.
Good.
Yeah, don't forget.
Yeah,
don't forget your GM checks the chat too. So.
Yeah,
Nice.
always watching. Always watching.
Nice. This is good.
Bud's is actually 18 because for some reason I didn't apply my +6.
Oh, so what is? Okay, so yours is 18.
18, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. As you're approaching Allie and Hades, you basically notice that it's typical combat zone, but it's during the day. It's not as crazy. Not as many fires and gunshot noises as typically at night. They're still there. Just not as much, you're entering combat zone, but people are still kind of doing daytime errands and things like that and living. But as you approach the bodega, you see Eddie's bodega up there. There's living stack apartment complexes nearby, as well as some burnt out rubble buildings. This is kind of on the southwest side of South Night City, kind of the grimier part of South Night City. But you don't notice anything else there. You definitely don't see anybody standing out front that looks like how Drake described this sort of med tech cryo guy. But Bud and Drake, as you're approaching, great perception. You see everything as I described. But the other thing that you both notice is alongside of the bodega down the alley, you can see that it looks like there's somebody crouched down behind a couple of the dumpsters next to the bodega there, and Drake, Bud notices, hey, it looks like somebody's crouched down there, looking for possible ambush situations.
Yeah, we both maybe point at it at the same time and go, "You seeing that?"
Yeah, but Drake,
yeah.
You notice it's Cryo. You see it, it's him. He's hiding back there, kind of posted up. And this is where we'll take our 5-minute bio break. You can get your say your last words to Bud, though. I don't want to cut you off from replying.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to say is, I think that's our guy. He's either done what I've asked, or we're in deep.
I guess we'll find out.
And like that, we're taking our 5-minute bio break. Nobody can see us, but they can hear us. I'm leaving the mics hot, so if the team wants to discuss plans or anything else, chat can chat. We'll be back 5 minutes. Don't anybody go anywhere in chat. Literally 5 minutes. Be right back.
Some more time.
That way the audience can't see my model breaking as I actually take a drink.
I need something to ASMR with.
Oh, what are you gonna ASMR with?
Is that like a wooden coaster thing?
No, I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, I see. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I can see it better now. Okay. Okay.
It's for the it's for lettuce.
The thing. Mm-hmm.
It's very, yes.
Did you just wink through your model? It's hard to tell because you've only got the one eye visible with the bangs.
Well, I can't do it either. I can't wink either.
No one
I just
winks
have to remember
in
it's my
Cyberpunk.
left eye that I have to wink and not the right one, but yeah.
So it just looks like you're just cocking your head.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
So, Rockette, I don't know how much you caught of the formation of Nancy before you had to run off.
I caught enough.
Okay.
Enough to know what's going on.
I did it as a bit because I wanted there to a little bit of team bonding, and I think I've accidentally introduced a new recurring character for you all.
I want to imagine she's going to have the voice of like an aged Donna.
I mean, that's kind of what we were going with, yeah.
Also, I want to believe she has no daughter. There is no daughter.
Oh, no. The granddaughter was a total lie. Total lie.
Also, what if she's the main baddie this time around?
Well, then I will feel very bad lighting her on fire.
But what if she's also super sweet when she's not being a baddie?
Then I will let her bake us cookies, and then we'll light her on fire.
Pull a Hansel and Gretel, let her open the oven, and then just boop, right on in.
Exactly.
Do they even have ovens in most of the places?
I mean, if we're in cargo containers, maybe we have like, I don't know. I'd have to look.
One of the little campfire kind of things, like the steno.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too.
It'd be harder to push her into a steno.
Yeah, a little harder. Worst cases, we always could just, move her cargo container to the shore and push it in and wish her well.
just move it over to. There's got to be places that still ship things, and just ship her off. Send her on her merry way.
Oh, isn't it a thing that there's actually a orbital elevator? Yeah, it's Morro Rock. That's the orbital elevator or the launch. I forget if it's an elevator or if it's a launch site, but could always just push her over there and then she gets sent up into space.
We launch her into space? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not for that. Bill, we're gonna launch Nancy into space.
Okay. Why? What has she done?
Well, if she's the
Everything.
big bad evil, the evil character at the end of all this, she's the reason
right,
MaxTac
okay.
is.
What hasn't she done, Bill?
I think she's a sweet lady. I think she's not going to be evil at all. I imagine her. I've been watching Russian Dolls, so I imagine her like full send, no fracks given, kind of old lady. I love that character.
Sorry,
so much.
Russian doll.
Yeah, that character's so good. Like,
Which
I
character?
don't like this. Nadia's character. She's just great.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not enjoying the kind of premise of this second season as much. The plot
Sorry,
is kind
is
of
season 2 out?
Yes, yeah. The plot's a little wiggly to follow, but it's just so fun hanging out with this character. So I was just saying, I think Nancy's a bit like her in my mind. Where she's always got a comment, it's always got a sarcastic reply.
I just can't believe I did not know that Russian Doll season 2 dropped already.
Yeah.
I love that show so much when it came out. It's just like,
Season 1 is amazing.
Said so much about like, yeah. I just like there's media where it's like you can tell like it's a predominantly femme team behind it, and you're like, it shows, and I love that.
Love to see
and
it.
I love you for it. But also, I freaking love who's the actress? Natasha Lyonne?
Natasha Lyonne, yeah.
Yeah, she's just like, my idol. Like, I'm not in a relationship, but if I had a free pass, I guess. If I had a free pass from not having a relationship, it would be for Natasha Lyonne, because she
Yeah,
is
if you could seduce a celebrity for free card.
Yeah. Do not pass go. Oh god, no, yeah, she just she's gorgeous.
I don't know why every time you do the voice, it gets me every time.
Because I always wanted to be an elderly Jewish woman. Oh wait, I could be. I could just convert.
I was gonna say, it's just,
And then time will do the rest.
Yes. Just do the voice long enough until it becomes second nature.
Well, as I've heard, there's a Jewish woman I follow on TikTok who does like actors who you think are Jewish but are not Jewish. And like she talks about how there's a lot of Italians who get mistaken for being Jewish, and she's like, no, because we're very similar, but Italians are hotter, but less funny. I was like, I'll take that. Our cultures have a lot of overlap as well.
Listen, Vampire Bites in chat. Listen. We don't talk about age here. Nobody needs to know how old anyone is. We just know that they're the age of consent, and who cares what that number is at the end of the day? Who cares?
I mean, the
Old-
real
Old
Sorry.
is a mindset, not a number.
I mean, the real age is what I put as my age range on my actor's CV,
There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
which I might be
comfortably
pushing.
play as.
Yeah, I might be pushing it. I say I can still play 18.
Well,
I don't know.
Hollywood would probably, would probably cast you as like a 12-year-old, considering how they do their casting.
Dude, I do
Look at
some,
all these
stuff where
teenagers.
I play a
Look at all these-
17-year-old.
Look at all these 35-year-old
Nice.
teenagers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I could be
With their
Stockard
stubble and
Channing.
their choice.
Oh, I see
Yeah,
Kitty
I
in the
don't know.
background. Kitty.
If anyone wants to post my age range in chat, so I can be humbled. I don't know. I reckon I could still play a teenager. I'm short, and that's all they really care about.
Look who's all cocky.
What's that?
I said, look who's all cocky, all arrogant.
Here we are. Rob's come in to humble me. I was waiting.
And I'm back.
I need to be
And I'm
brought back down. Oh gosh.
All right, cool. We ready to go
I mean,
back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, be good.
Rockette, did you need to get a mouthful of food or drink?
Oh yeah.
I just finished my rice cakes.
Oh no. What are you gonna do?
All right, we're
Now
back.
No, I don't know.
We're back.
Rob's.
This is
We're gonna play,
unacceptable.
You had a good streak there, Rob.
It was good. It was good for a while. there.
Consistently cutting while people had food in their mouths.
I know. I'm working on it. All right,
Next
we're
time,
back.
next
We're back.
time.
We're back from break. Yeah, the team's just pulling up into South Night City. They're about a block from the Eddie's Bodega when they kind of see, normal combat zone sort of thing going on. But Bud and Drake notice, someone's kind of crouched down behind the dumpsters in the alley alongside the bodega. Drake recognizing it. It's Cryo. It's Peter Duncan. But
I
combat
say the same
cat's
thing.
pulling up.
Okay, so I say the same thing as we pointed out. Either this is really good or this is really bad. I'll approach him from that angle, and I'm like motioning out in MaxTac hand signals, which, your call if you know him or not. But it's one of those things where you can tell that once Drake is in her element of tactical planning, it's almost kind of scary how efficient and how direct she's being in pointing out where to stand, et cetera, et cetera.
And I would say that even though that might be MaxTac specific, I would say Bud would probably pick up on a lot of that being very similar in combat or militant style. Even if some intricacies are missed, I think the generalization of it he would definitely pick up on.
But he also tilts his head and is like, "Will you be cool?
Sorry,
Look where we
forced
are.
habit.
Look where we are. Just try and blend in, okay? I'm gonna lean
Sorry.
out the end of this alleyway, and I'm just gonna be here smoking like I own the street corner. You guys go have a chat to our friend. I'll try to make sure we don't get any surprises."
Man,
And
I'm tired of
he
talking.
taps the cigarette. Well, we haven't got Rush anymore, so it's on you. taps
I'm
Taps
trying
the
to talk to
cigarette
you. Can
out.
we just light him on fire?
I mean, we could. And
Uh,
actually, Bud, if you'll let me
you're
real
cool.
quick, I'll actually use my small pilot light on my arm to light your cig for you.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Welcome.
And then he's just gonna take his big chrome very heavy out and just kind of stand with it in his hand. We're in the middle of the combat zone. It's just a message not to screw with us if you some random tune.
Exactly. No, and it's working well. And I should add too, Drake's background being into the media side and internal affairs. She does have some social skills too. So whereas you're lacking your fixer, Amedia has connections and hookups similar to a fixer as their sources, of information and stuff. And they do lean a little bit into some of those social skills too. So where you're lacking Rush, you now have Drake at least, and she comes with like some of that combat stuff too. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more just like, you always get to be the cool one smoking in a corner while I have to do all the wheeling and dealing. It sucks. One of these days, I just want to stand to the side and just shoot people.
Hey, this is This is you don't pay for the shooting today. You pay for the 10 years of shooting that I've done to get here. Okay.
And
Done
yet,
shooting.
But what does that mean?
and obviously,
What does it mean?
Cryo would recognize Drake, but not the others. So Drake, if your approach is to try to, get up to him before him seeing you, or whatever your approach, will let me know, because I'll need a stealth versus his contested perception. But if your plan is to just, walk up, confront up front, just let me know your approach.
Yeah, so I think
I could-
if I wasn't told to chill out by Bud, I was probably going to do it like all tactical minded. But after being reminded that this isn't a police operation, I think Drake is going to kind of calm herself down a little bit and go, all right, I'm just a normal person walking by. No need to pay attention to those dumpsters. Oh, hey, Cryo, how are you doing? Kind of a thing.
Okay. What's the rest of you doing as Drake does this? I know Bud's kind of hanging off to the side, just smoking, chilling. What's Allie? and
Hades
Hayes?
I'll probably-
will walk very casually with Drake.
Yeah. I think probably Ali's gonna do the same thing. Approach as if she's just out in the combat zone. Another edge runner.
Okay. Yeah. Give me your conversation, Drake, as you walk up and say that.
Yeah, so my actual conversation skill or actual like roleplay conversation?
No. Your skill. Yeah. Give me your conversation skill check. Yeah.
16.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you walk up, say what you said. Oh, hey, Drake. Hey, Cryo. Just very casual while he's, thinking he's hiding. But you see him. He's, Drake. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. You see him kind of like look you up and down, getting a read on you a little bit. Are you just playing casual, as you said, or are you trying to, hide the fact you're being suspicious or anything like that? Because, reason I'm asking is there might be a human perception contested thing here, or if you're just totally casual about your approach. Let me know.
I would say more casual than anything else. This is now not an operation. This is a dead drop, so you got to play it cool.
Yeah, no. Then Cryo instantly, you see his mood kind of change, like, and he stands up from behind the dumpster. Sorry, Drake. Just some precautions. I didn't know exactly what your intentions were here, but I guess everything seems normal. Do me a favor, just step into the alley, though. Let's talk over here for a moment.
I kind of look at the others and nod at each of Alley Cats and Hades, and I say, I'll be right back.
You don't want company?
Oh, they're with you?
No, they're just some Yes, they're with me.
What do you think? We're
You'd
just
have to-
creeping along?
They-
What are you creeping behind there, crouching down for? What are you going to the bathroom or something?
He looks back at you, Drake. Are they okay? They're trustworthy.
I mean, they're in the know.
They're not part of
You
the
don't-
precinct or MaxTac, are they?
Oh, Lord, no. No.
Do we look like we're part of the precinct? No, you don't go into the combat zone without a little precaution.
Without muscle.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Hades.
I understand, and he looks back to you, Drake. Sounds like maybe you're in the same predicament I'm in. I don't normally stay in the combat zone, but or would I want to meet in public? But as you can tell, I'm just being a little precautious. I'm just being careful. The only places I feel safe these days are either in my hotel or at my new job. I have been just laying low, and when you called, I don't know, I thought for sure this had some type of...
That I was going to shove my flamethrower in your throat, and yeah, I can see how that might have come off. Yeah, my apologies for that, but
If you thought we were gonna flatline you, how come you met us?
Well, I thought maybe I'd get the jump on Drake if he was going to try to take me out. Maybe I could see what the intentions were. No offense, Drake, obviously.
Nah, none taken. But no, as I deliberately stand so that I'm blocking one of the alleyways, so that in order to get to Cryo, they have to go through me, kind of a body block, if you will. I just very reassuringly place a hand on his shoulder and says, all right, well, Cryo, I want to thank you for coming. I definitely appreciate it. Do you remember the case of cyber psychos that you did the autopsies on a few weeks back?
Yeah, I remember all those cases. Those cases are the reason I was fired.
And the reason I got fired as well.
Oh, okay. So you don't work
Which,
for MaxTac or Precinct 2 anymore either?
No, I'm quote-unquote in the wind, as they say. But
Well, that would explain why I got no reply when I sent my concerns to Internal Affairs. I thought for sure I'd hear from you.
Yeah, well, you know how Internal Affairs gets these days. You're lucky if you hear back within 3 years. But more to the point, though, I'm hoping you can look past the redacted portions of those reports that you made. Now, I don't need like hard data, and at this point, I'm engaging my recording device. That's part of my internal agent, so that I'm picking up visual and audio on this. What can you tell me about the case of Jessica Shelda, the one that supposedly was pulled over? What can you tell me about her?
Yes, he looks at the case reports. Yeah, I can see they've redacted and removed all of my reporting and all of my details. Give me a 1d10, Drake, and let me know if it's under your luck stat.
Sure. That's a 1, so it definitely is.
Yes, I remember these reports, hers in particular, yes. And all 3 of these, in fact, I thought something was fishy when I was told to keep my nose out of it, so let me show you this. He pulls out his agent and just kind of does the swiping motion as you see yours, just ching, 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 internal, and now you have the 3 reports, the original reports that he filled out. I kept copies of most of my work across the time, and well, I'm seeing it was worth it. You can see in my full report here, I go over what I found from the body examination, as well as the location inquiries. You know, they didn't do any follow-up with the person of interest's family or who they were with. They didn't look into the company or corporation they work for. They didn't look into anything. And I suggested this. I said, look, you know, talk to the family. Maybe talk to the corp. Something. Look into this. And nobody would look into anything. And the reason I wanted to look into this is because, as you see, these corpos didn't look like the typical cyber psycho type. You can see in my report, for instance, Jessica Shelda in particular, you know, she had a cyber leg from an accident years ago, but wasn't heavy into cyberware. It just didn't add up. In the middle of shopping, and then all of a sudden, expressing cyber psychosis, and it just didn't add up. And the rest of them as well. If you look at my report here, look, the amount of cyberware in connection to cyber psychosis results just doesn't add up. Yet you can see in my neurological investigation, you can see the neural damages to the nervous system and the cognitive brain sections that obviously they were suffering from cyber psychosis. Without the cyberware to make them suffer from cyber psychosis, it just did not add up.
He
All right,
just
take
went
a deep-
over to Bud. Ghosts.
Yeah, it could be.
Is there any, would there be any way of telling if that kind of trauma to the brain would happen over a period of time or all at once?
Normally, this cyber psychosis would happen over the course of time. You know, it depends on the amount of balance between your cyberware and humanity left. And then obviously there's methods of therapy and medicines to help combat that and things that can be done over time. But yes, typically over time, these damages will happen. These, like I said, the damages are there as if it has been happening and got to this point. But cyberware doesn't add up.
Do you know of any way that someone could simulate that kind of neurological damage?
Yeah, maybe like a drug or something.
I've never heard of it. I don't know.
They clean, like, tox reports or anything when you run their,
Well, that's
you know?
that's the thing too. If you look here in the part of the reports and toxology, it's you know, a little bit of alcohol in the system on this one. In these two, nothing in the system. No third party contagions or drugs. Nothing in the system.
So either...
Do any of them have neuralware?
No.
That rolls out where I was going to go. All right, well, Cryo, I want to think... Oh, you go
Did
ahead.
they all have some sort of cyberware?
Yes, all three of them had at least something. I mean, who doesn't in this day and age? But it's not.
Sure. What were they all the same brand?
No, just different brands. Some of them even some high class with chrome cover, but nothing extensive. Nothing.
Rack. Well, there goes my theory.
Yeah, I was thinking on the same lines.
Whatever it is,
So-
it's something that can either affect any type of hardware, or it is some specific sort of damage, untraceable drug. Who knows?
I'm not sure.
Get more info.
And all I know
we
is
gotta get more.
when I looked into it, I couldn't find the answers I wanted as well. And when I took it to the superiors, like I said, I was told to stay out, and then I was let go. And since then, I'm positive there's been a couple hits on my life why I've been staying in the hotels, and I haven't even been into my shop, Drake. I've stopped all side work. I've been a bit underground since, hence my my approach with meeting you
Your
today.
approach, yeah, totally understandable because they've sent a few after me as well. So, Cryo, I want to thank you for sharing this data. I know it took a lot to get you out here, and I appreciate that, but it's probably best you leave Night City. Do you have enough eddies to get out of here? Do you need any?
I mean, if it's getting that serious, I do have family back east I could visit for a while. If you think it's getting that serious, I hope not. But
Leave
hey,
me
Just
whatever
be-
number I can reach them at, and then I would say beat your feet east if you want to keep your head on.
There's been a few attempts on my life. Do you think it's serious?
well, he thinks,
Yeah, you know, dude,
yeah,
should I
thinks that there
say?
was, but
Night City.
Drake's just kind of confirming this with him, though. You know, it's kind of adding up. You
Yeah.
can tell it's kind of registering. Like, yeah, it's no mistake that he probably was being followed the other night and almost ran off the road. It wasn't just some drunk idiot. You know, it's kind of clicking
Yeah.
to him now that Drake's also connecting the dots. But he says, "Fine, I'll leave tonight. Gather my things. You don't need to tell me twice." And now you have the full reports. I hope that something in there can help you.
Yeah. And don't worry, you know, I will make good on this at some point. Just don't end up dead before I can make good.
I have no intentions of that. Everybody give me a perception.
Oh no, he does have intentions on that.
Yeah.
No, that would be human perception.
Ah, there we go.
19 for Hades.
22.
Oh my God, terrible.
guy.
11. He's gonna be
That's
just
insane.
fine.
So you don't get surprised by things.
Yeah, I'll say Hades. Right when Cryo's kind of saying to Drake, I have no intentions of that, but I'll leave time. You notice that, like, out of all the traffic, the sound, the sirens, the crazy combat zone shit going on, and the sky rises, the rubble building across the street, the living stacks next door, you notice there's an AV kind of hovering up there. And usually not a lot of nice AVs hovering or coming and going, maybe passing by, but not hanging out in the combat zone area. It's hovering up there, and Bud absolutely sees kind of like the flash of the muzzle, just as you kind of hear the crack. But the fact that Hades and Bud kind of get the jump on this, hold on, I'm trying to bring up initiative here.
Everybody down!
Oh, Hades was just gonna wait until someone.
Take cover, you idiot!
Here we go. I'm just going to pull you out here. But yeah, click on your token and then give me your initiative, if you would.
Where are we?
Sorry, did you say we're rolling initiative? Time for me to change my
Oh, sure, yeah.
points.
Also, at some
14.
point when not in combat, Hades is gonna fire off a message question to the AI.
Okay. Well, first, I'm going to need...
Why not do it simultaneously?
Yeah, after you do this
That's a lot of
initiative,
focus.
Bud, what's your reaction first? You and Hades kind of see this first as this the crack of the muzzle goes off, but you kind of have that second jump on noticing it. Hades noticing the AV, a little suspicious. Bud straight up noticing the details of what's going on.
So it triggers my speedwear and get a 15 because I only rolled a 3.
Ooh.
That's fine. This is going to come in when we get into it. But still, you and Hades got the jump on the contested roll of this.
Yes.
You've noticed this as they're kind of hovering and looks like some type of sniper or high caliber rifle is setting off a round. But you do have that second jump. You and Hades both. Hades noticing it too. But Bud, you first. You're seeing the details of it. How do you want to react, or what do you want to say or do?
Everybody down. I want to get to cover. A dumpster, data term.
Oh yeah, there's the couple dumpsters
Concrete
right
separator.
there. Yeah, there's a
Huh?
couple dumpsters in that alley, and there's a data term out kind of on the corner of the bodega on the street. So either or.
Yeah, so I yelled.
And cars in the street too.
Yeah, I yell that, and I get behind the data term so I can still see the street. Yeah, get cover, sniper in the AV. And I would like to ready my assault rifle.
Oh, yeah. And Hades, what do you do?
Well, Hades, just seeing the AV, was just gonna sit there and wait until somebody gave her attention. But since Bud does that, Hades is going to kind of body anyone close to her and try and knock him to the ground.
Nice. Yeah. You have Allie. I mean, you have everybody there. Allie, Drake, and Cryo are all right there. You're all standing together. You can
Hades will
grapple whoever you
body
want.
all of them. She just like throws herself into the pile. She's
So
not
wait, is
particularly
this-
aiming at anyone to grapple. She's just gonna throw herself at everyone and see if she can knock anyone down.
I'm just
Can you imagine a
imagining like
bowling
you
ball
just literally bowling
being
ball into a
thrown at a bunch of
pin.
pins?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Drake having that high body, it just bounces off, and she's like, "Oh, what the-"
Yeah. Give me your brawling, Hades.
Sure.
And and Drake and Allie, give me your brawling too.
I mean,
That's a 9, a big old 9.
am I meant to fight back?
No,
Yeah,
but this is, I mean, it would
15.
technically go off body, but I'm
Bounce
just
off
doing it to
everybody.
at least have like,
Oh, okay.
like almost like a automatic reaction and
Yeah.
yeah.
Because if I heard everybody get down and someone was like, like pushing me down, I'd just kind of go with it.
Yeah, no.
But that's me. I'm super now.
Yeah, Bud yells it out. Hades kind of jumps at at the group, but it is kind of like how Drake described. She just kind of knocks into Drake out. All three, not really knocking anybody down. She's not big
Yeah.
enough of a person, but she attempts,
true.
and it does bring the attention to all three of you now, realizing like, oh, there's an AV up there. There's somebody
get down.
taking a shot off, but that shot does go off. It goes off, and hold on one second. And it whizzes right past Cryo. Just goes right past him and hits the dumpster right next to him. And now we're on initiative. So Drake or Bud, do you guys want to either give the first move to the other or do a contested 1d10, see who has the higher number goes first?
I'll give it to Bud. Bud can have it.
Oh.
Great. So, can I see the person who's wielding the sniper rifle in the AV?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're approximately like maybe 25 meters away above.
Cool. That's perfect. So smart assault rifle, single shot.
Nice. Yeah, go for it. This will be 15. You gotta beat.
And I'm using. I've got a smart ammo in my assault rifle, so if I miss by 3, I can reroll. 3 or 6. Okay, so I got
Oh,
15.
14.
14.
Oh, 14.
14,
14.
Oh, you rolled a 17.
How much did I miss by?
Missed by 1. You had to beat a 15.
Uh-huh.
Or, well, missed by
Smart
2. You have
rounds.
to beat
I
it.
got smart rounds. I got smart rounds.
Nice.
I get to re-roll. They automatically retarget. It's going.
Isn't
but
it based
the
on a
target's
DV
in
now?
my
Or is
eyes.
it still,
It's
I can't remember.
It's missed by a certain threshold.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, but I
one
mean,
is definitely
when you the second attempt, isn't it
I
a
think
DV or
the
something
second-
instead of? I'm
Yeah,
trying to
so-
remember. Everyone in chat, just bear with me 1 minute. Let's look this up. Just make sure we have that right.
Because time slows down as the bullet starts to redirect.
Yeah.
Using the scope cyberware.
Hold on.
In the meantime, thanks very much, Dan, for giving us +2s.
Yes,
Hell
thank
yeah.
you.
Okay, here we
Yeah.
go.
It's usually around combat that people
Smart
in chat are like,
ammunition.
oh crap.
Okay, smart
they do,
ammunition on a hit. The second chance to hit is made by rolling again to hit the exact same shot DV on the range table, which you missed, so still 15. Except that you add 10 to the D10 instead of anything you would typically add to the check. So I guess you get the D10 plus 10.
Right.
Yeah. So
instead of my base, right? So
yeah.
I'll
So just roll a D10 and we'll add 10 to it, and you got to beat a 15. What'd you get?
A 3.
3.
So 13. Yeah, so missed a second.
Sure,
The shot
one.
comes back around, missing again. But hey, it was really fun to see that smart ammo in action. I think it was our first time using this.
And we figured it out.
Yeah. Hey, more +2s there. Thanks, Bronx Smash.
Bless.
Should you use the +2 on it?
Should have. Okay, who's next?
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Drake.
So, I can only say so much here, but let's just say shields came up a lot during playtesting, and from what I recall, you let me know how you want to adjudicate this, but is it possible for me to grab Cryo, keep him behind me, and at the same time, with my other arm, pop open the pop-up shield and basically shield him with both my body and the pop-up shield?
Yeah. Yeah, you can put yourself in between him and the action, sure.
Okay.
And
then
popping
yeah,
up
that
the shield,
happens. Yeah, so she grabs Cryo and interposes herself between him and the AV. Her other arm that isn't the flamethrower turns into a mobile shield, and she's using that for extra cover to keep him safe. At the same time, she's going to be backing down the alley to ruin the line of sight between Cryo and the AV, but she doesn't really have much in the way of ranged weaponry, so she's just playing defensive in this moment.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. You get yourself in between. Cryo looks like he's in a bit of a panic. You know, he's medical examiner, he's coroner. He's not really a combat sort of specialist, so you can tell this isn't his element. He looks flush white. Shit is going down, you know? But Allie.
So we're in the alleyway, and is it kind of a straight shot from where this AV is?
Yeah, I mean, the alley is fairly wide enough that service vehicles can kind of go in with their mechanical arm, grab and pull out the dumpsters and stuff, right? The only thing down in this alley are dumpsters, but it does go far enough back that within a couple rounds you could probably get to the back end of the alley, which would be much harder for this AV to get sight on what's going on. But in current position, you know, you guys are kind of towards the edge of the alley. You took a little bit into the alley, but clear view of the AV, the sniper. Yeah.
Well, while I'm like, you know, a clear sight, I basically want to pop off some rounds and then duck behind a dumpster for cover.
Okay. Yeah. What?
I will note that
ideally, if there were more. Behind the data. Ideally, if there were more, is the data term closer? So, like, we're heading back, that would get us away from the AV, but heading closer towards it, are there more bits of cover?
Yeah, you've got the data term where you see Bud crouching down behind, which there's still room for you to crouch there as well. Or there's some parked vehicles there. There's an old beater right next to the data term. Probably somebody in the bodega shopping possibly. But yeah, there's some vehicles you could hide behind, the data term, or you could go back into the alley behind the dumpsters, or back behind Drake and keep heading back, you know, with them.
Yeah, I might head to the opposite Bud, to the behind the car. So we're kind of like side by side behind our cover, and fire off some rounds. Although, let me just check my gear. I have one EMP grenade left. How far away is the AV?
It's about 25 meters. Get a little combat music going here on Syrinscape.
And in the air as well, yeah.
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 Can you throw it that far?
I don't know.
What weapon
'Cause
do you
what's
have? Is
throw?
it pistol?
Well, I
Do-
would
do-
just
do-
be throwing.
Talking about
'Cause I don't
throwing an
have
EMP.
Oh, throwing.
have a
Then it would.
barrel.
Yeah, then it would be you use the rocket launcher DV of 15 versus your athletics if you're throwing. Yeah.
It's only 15 from here.
Yeah.
Got pretty good athletics. Should I give it a shot?
That's
I'm gonna give it.
yeah.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
The worst that can happen is it falls back down on us.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna put some luck, and I'm gonna put +2 if no one has any objections.
Do it.
All right.
Go for it.
Speak now or forever hold.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
you have
crash
plus
that
twos,
enemy.
you have
Just
luck.
Don't get excited.
And don't forget
I don't
too,
think you would crash that.
the homebrew. You can always use luck or the +2s after the roll, but at 2 times the cost. So don't forget that too. There's always that option if you need it to save the day. Nice athletics.
All
Yeah,
right.
you nail it. You throw the grenade perfect in line.
Yeah,
with it.
she kind of like sprints down the alley, crouches in, like back to the car, nods to Bud, and fishes into her handbag essentially, or her cross bag, to get the grenade that she has left over from last season.
Yeah. You have to root through about 5 things first. No. Oh, got it.
She keeps it very organized in there. Ali is a better person than I.
See it out.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know this is here somewhere.
she tips it upside down and then just grabs the grenade, pulls it, and just chucks it.
Oh yeah, no, great throw, and it hits. It goes off. You kind of see that sort of invisible wave and that slight hum over the chaos that just kind of goes out, and you see that sniper guy just kind of arm goes dead, and the sniper rifle falls back, and he starts like messing with it as you see like a couple other bodies reaching and kind of pulling him back, and like there's some other people messing with it, someone else grabbing the rifle. Like it definitely did some damage, and some people were affected by it, it appears.
Am I or maybe Bud able to just quickly roll a perception, like still in the round, to see how many arms came out? Or like from that movement, how many people are in the AV?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception. I'll let everybody can give me a perception for that at this point, because everyone's looking directly at what's trying to kill them, right?
Oh,
I
that
don't
should
know,
be without the 4.
What?
not bad.
Oh, I see.
I only
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a
So
15.
15.
Yeah, so I got a 15. Yeah.
I'm rolling like crap today.
Well, anybody that beat
11.
15. Oh, Drake. Okay. Yeah.
It's Drake, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from everybody and during the chaos, but it makes sense. Drake being less in the ranged weapon and engaging in the combat, more just going back. You absolutely get a count on it. It looks like there's the sniper, and then there's 2 people behind them, and then it looks like there's 2 people in the front, like somebody driving, someone in the passenger of it.
Okay, very important question, follow-up. The other people, do they have any weapons on them that I can see?
It doesn't, nothing that's being pointed out or held, but you can tell that one of them looks like they're grabbing the sniper rifle.
All right, then very quickly, I'll just chirp to the team. The sniper's down for the moment. We've maybe got about 20 seconds before we've got more ammunition coming our way.
And Hades, your turn.
So I think what Hades is gonna do is she's gonna pull out her air pistol and she's gonna try and shoot some paintballs at the front of the AV.
I love it.
See what happens.
Oh my gosh.
They have digital canopies.
That's with your pistol, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that'll be a
Where's the fun in that?
DV of 20.
I want that scene in the Blues Brothers where like their window is all like just greasy from like the engine like dying, and like one of them's wiping it on the outside, like leaning out the window to wipe it.
And sorry, that DV isn't 20. This is a evasion of the driver using his skills. He
Nice.
sees this with the AV. Yeah.
Defensive
what was it?
driving.
What'd you roll? Oh, nice. It's a hit.
Hey!
Nice.
Yeah, you
Nice.
shoot off the paintball. You see it hit the front of the AV, looking like it's kind of
Yay!
ablating some of the armor in the front. Looks like it's kind of melting some of the metal or corroding it at least. Those were your acid paintballs, right?
This one was just the paintball she's trying to obscure. She has
Oh! These are literal paintballs of paint, like what Bud was using to cover up the security cameras and stuff.
She's
Yeah.
trying to
Okay,
obscure
nice.
their vision.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see part of the windshield splatter with some of that black paint. Obviously not enough to cover the whole thing, but yeah.
And no
Maybe
one
slow 'em
leans
down a
out the
bit, yeah.
side window to wipe it.
No, they're just swerving. You know, all this is happening within seconds. It's kind of chaotic. I think they're more focused on pulling that guy in from falling out the AV, and someone's grabbing the sniper rifle. You know, the driver swerves a little as the paintball goes, but it's all kind of happening within seconds. Very chaotic. But at that moment, you see one of the other guys grabbing the sniper rifle and kind of arming himself with that sniper rifle as the AV is still hovering there, you know, looking like someone else is getting that sniper to take some action. But Bud, back over to you. Hey, look,
Okay,
Dan gifted a sub to Ben. That's awesome. It is about time that Ben subscribes to his own company's channel, right?
Man, what
I
the
like
hell?
You know, if he's
Called
going to go
out.
around with Syrinscape in his name,
Oh, Mr. Sirenscape. Nice to meet you.
oh, that's quick. Okay, so I'm going to take one of these +2s. This missing stuff is not happy with it. I'm actually slightly upset from last round from missing.
Yeah, go for it. You have luck, you have +2s. Let me know.
Yeah. So I'll take custom +2. This is where I roll crazy. I'll just take that for now. And then, yeah, it's more assault rifle. And this time I'm shooting at the guy who's taking the rifle,
Okay.
who would be shooting us next.
Yeah, it appears that the other person's kind of
better.
pulling back the guy that was affected by that EMP grenade as that other guy's arming himself, the sniper. So you pretty much have that choice, the guy getting pulled back or the guy arming himself. So yeah, you go with the arming himself. Oh, that's a hit. Nice. Give me the damage.
Should I not name the NPCs? I don't know.
No, we'll just get
it's
attached.
It's a critical
Wow.
Oh, shoelace.
26.
Wow. I think you made up for your last
A
miss.
5, a 6, and a 6. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
think you
mad.
Yeah, I think you made up for that last roll. Give me 2d6. Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible.
I'm so happy.
That's such high damage. 4, 5, 5, 6, 6.
We love
Wow.
it.
And then I got an 11 for the crit as well.
Nice. 11 for the crit. Okay, give me 1 second.
Wow, just
Great
11.
roll.
Yeah, I know.
Crushed fingers.
You want-
-4 to all actions involving his hand. And I'll tell you this, by the damage, this guy, you know, you see it just as he's arming himself, the bullet perfectly hitting the hand, you know, trigger finger kind of shatters back as he looks at his hand. You see blood splatter, and he kind of falls back, grabbing his hand, and blood's just spraying out, and he just falls back as the sniper rifle actually falls from the AV and hits in the middle of the street in front of you.
Somebody grab it.
Oh, don't worry.
And over to Drake.
Not Jerome.
All right, so
he was
I
a
have a very
pianist.
important question because we never really defined this. We were kind of keeping it nebulous, but would it be fair for me to say that if I make it obvious I'm a full Borg, I can move very quickly?
Yeah. I mean, that would definitely, you know, show it, yeah.
Okay, then throwing all caution to the wind, I am going to look at Hades and say, sorry, can't take you with me this time. I'm going to literally pick up under my arm like a football. I'm going to pick up Cryo. And then I want to like full bore run out of the alleyway and if possible, grab the sniper on the way. If not, not a big deal. But to get out of the alleyway and just down the street to see if they are willing to follow me away from the others.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. You grab him as you grapple him up. He says, "Whoa, I guess we're going." And you just kind of take off with him. I imagine Bud, Hades, Allie just kind of a moment of shock, like realizing, okay, yeah, she's full Borg. This is, you know, a little flex of the Borg skills here. Drake, give me Give me an athletics. Let's see if you can snag that sniper rifle as you're running by.
Sure, and I tell you what, if it's all right, I'd like to add one of the +2s that we have, if everybody's okay
yeah.
with it.
Yeah, and we're getting close to the end. Feel free.
Yeah.
Luck +2s, anything you need.
We got 2.
How does an
sorry, 3
18
left.
sound?
Uh,
Okay,
you-
so how
you
does an 18 sound?
Needed to beat a 17, so sounds like you have a sniper rifle.
Just picking up guns. That's my job. I just pick up the guns.
That's right.
Now, what
I'll
if-
appreciate. I'll add it to the collection.
Nice. And
There you go.
what's Drake's movement?
So that was kind of the second part of the question is, again, I didn't want a power game. I didn't want to like pull the full
Oh,
thing
do it.
over from 2020.
Right.
But if we go by the 2020 rules, I would have a move of 10.
Okay, that's not bad.
Dang.
Yeah, I'll go
You
with that.
paid for inhumanity
Not
loss.
bad indeed.
Yeah, let's,
Yeah, that's right. The trade-off is humanity.
exactly. No, I like that.
No, I literally had to go through therapy twice just to be a character. So
Yeah, let's
Me
do
too.
it. Yeah, you start running down. You
Yeah.
snag that sniper. You've got cryo under the arm, like football style. You're going. People on the street are actually like moving out of the way. You know, a bag lady's like, "Oh shit!" You see a couple booster gangers like bump shoulders and almost look like they're about to talk some ish, and then they notice you're borged out and just kind of turn the cheek and keep walking like another day in the combat zone. But you do notice that the AV, the people in it, the guy bleeding out gets pulled back. The AV kind of shakes for a while. You can even see them kind of like arguing or yelling at each other in there, like the driver in the passenger seat to the ones in the back, as it just kind of pulls off and tears off into the sky and back around one of the rubble buildings, disappearing off into Night City. Did not follow you, actually ran away.
Down, Drake. They're running.
yeah, I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes, but I'm gonna get cryo on a cab or a plane out of here. Where do we want to meet up?
Where are you now?
Well, significantly far to the east.
Great.
They are moving.
So yeah, they're following Drake, right?
Oh yeah, and keeping in mind Drake running is technically, 2 times that. But grabbing that sniper, would take maybe half of that secondary. We're just kind of home brewing and bending the rules for
I
cinematic
gotcha.
purposes. But absolutely, Drake is at this point like, down on the next block. You can see her, with cryo football stand, a block away by now.
Okay, and the AV is just fled. It just ran away.
Oh yeah, when that when first sniper got messed up by EMP, second one you took out his hand, crushing the fingers, and the amount of damage you did. I mean, without meta too much, I mean, you guys put a hurt on them fairly quick, so they took off.
So they're running away. They're not pursuing Drake.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Their sniper attempt failed. Yeah.
Right.
And now they're
Yeah, you-
embarrassed, and they should be.
I don't know why you took him and run. We would have been fine. I think we were gonna.
I kind of feel a little bit silly now, but I'm gonna make sure cryo here's in a safe place
Well,
because I kind of
Sure.
left him out to dry here.
Drake, can you at least maybe put me down now?
And I come to a full stop, and I just very awkwardly take him out from under my arm and put him down in front of me like you would a small child, and go, "There you go. I didn't crush
What
you,
an-
did I?"
But it's
What an
awkward. You don't
absolute
even set him on his
fool.
feet. You don't even set him on his feet. It's all awkward. You lay him down on the ground. He has to get
I
up.
can't believe anyone would pass up an opportunity to be carried around like a on a
Hades?
mechanical pony.
I imagine this is a
Pretty
perfect
bad.
opportunity for Hades to be raising her hand.
Yeah.
Next in line.
Yes.
But no, you
well-
put. Yeah, go ahead, Allie.
I was just gonna say. Well, look. Probably easier if we come. Actually, no. You're You're way faster. You're like a
Yeah,
combat
there's
cab
more of
of your own. Look, I think we should find a bar, honestly, because it's not
Ooh.
it's not time for waffles, but I need something.
Well, do you know
Allie,
Club
it's almost
Atlantis? I think Club Atlantis is kind of nearby. Or hey, if you guys want to go to Metal Storm, we can go to Metal Storm.
Doesn't sound like the good place to discuss biz.
And the Slammer is
Atlantis.
also nearby in South Night City too. Just to give you guys options of places that all of you actually know. You do know the Atlantis. Drake mentioned what was it? Metal Zone?
Metal Storm.
Or Metal Storm. Oh yeah, Metal Storm. And so we'll say Drake knows that. And then all of you also know the Slammer, the club that Kid kind of runs out of. You've been there a few times. So you do have options of bars nearby. Yeah. Go ahead, Bud.
We know that Fixer who runs a Slammer.
Yeah, so deals happen in there pretty often. It's a good place to conduct business. It's not too rowdy.
All right.
If we don't have the know-how to pull apart these reports, then maybe Kid can help us out.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let me get Cryo out of here, and I'll join you as soon as I can.
Is Kid the one who wants to go on a date with me? I cannot remember.
Yes.
Okay, well, we have a bargaining chip. And as usual, it's me. It's fine.
Grimy, but
yeah, but who pays?
Nice.
It's never the clean ones.
Well, I appreciate the help here, everyone, and Drake. After this, I'm absolutely leaving town. Good luck with your case, your story. You have my full reports. Feel free to put my name if you're cracking this case. I'll be part of your evidence. You can have that. And just do me a favor. Once the air is cleared, shoot me a message. Let me know it's okay for me to come back to Night City.
Yeah, I got you, Cryo. You are not going to be hung out to dry.
Thank you, sir. And the rest of you?
Welcome.
And he turns around and
No
leaves.
problem, Doc. Thanks for the reports.
Does he call everyone sir?
Well, it might be one of those things because I used to be an officer on the force, so it might just be reflex for them. At least that's how I'm rationalizing it.
Yeah, cops call everyone sir, don't they? Sir, I need you to get out of the vehicle. Sir, I need to see your license.
you never said that to me.
Well, you looking at you puts fear into people's eyes and hearts, Hades. So
Yeah.
You're just not a. You
always
just don't have a sir vibe.
things.
No.
Nice. And this is where we'll end our session with the team successfully avoiding a sniper hit that was happening. That wasn't that funny. You guys successfully avoided a sniper hit.
No, I just saw Cyber Smiley's comment of
Cyber
sir.
Smiley.
I need you to put on pants.
Sir, I need you to put on pants.
Sir, this is a
like
Wendy's.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks, Teratonic. Says great session. Yeah, thanks everybody for being there as part of chat. We really
Thank you,
appreciate
everybody.
that, especially rewarding the +2s, contributing ideas. We love that. Seriously, thank you so much for tuning in. But yeah, we'll end the session right here. The team successfully avoided a sort of sniper hit in their meetup with Cryo, one of Drake's hookups, to at least get those original reports. The AI did send the reports, but it wasn't enough. But now you have the full reports. You did get a little bit of info from Cryo, and now you can at least sit down, kind of look at those reports, see what you can figure out, what your next move might be. And that's where we'll start session next Thursday, continuing right on. Just keeping in mind that now today, there's absolutely no chance to get your body stat back to HP because you all did engage in some combat, some heavy action. So let's not forget that. So everyone's kind of working at a bit of a handicap in this campaign right from the start. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, like I said, we'll do this next Thursday, same place, same time. We'll continue right where we left off. Thank you, everybody in chat, once again, for being part of this. Make sure you check out all of our links. Show us some support. All of us create content and have our own brands, and we would really appreciate all of you to check all those out. Follow, subscribe, show us some love over there as well. But before you do that, make sure you subscribe and follow to Syrinscape. Show Syrinscape some love. This is the reason we're here. And don't forget, it's free to sign up. So sign up and check out the awesome sound effects that you can add to your gameplay, whether you're a game master or a player. Check it out. It's free to sign up, and I know you'll love it. Yeah, see everybody next time. Thanks. Take care.
Bye, stream.
As you know.